Previous on parts Uncharted. Storms at sea. Wild helicopter rides. Secret yard visits. And we investigated to find our next blue water cruiser. Eddy has researched the various yards. The OVNI are also known as the 4x4 of the seas, robust, secure, usable in any water depth, easy to sail even in heavy seas. This lifting keel yacht was especially designed for intensive use during long trips. Parts Uncharted. 2019, Episode 6. The Choice. The OVNIs are built by the French boatyard Alubat. They are specialists in aluminium yachts for blue water sailing. The boatyard is located in Sables-d'Olonne, where the start of the Vendée Globe, a single-handed race around the world, takes place. Why aluminium, we asked Jimmy Cornell. It didn't take me long to realize that while metal was indeed a good choice, the maintenance of a steel hull was a real nightmare, and that I should have listened to my friend Eric Boutiliax and go for aluminium, as he had done himself. In the following 13 years my aluminium OVNI 43 took me all over the world, including Antarctica and Alaska, and I became totally converted to this wonderful material. One of the greatest advantages of aluminium over any other boat building material is that aluminium spontaneously forms a thin but effective oxide layer that prevents further oxidation. Aluminium oxide is impermeable and, unlike the oxide layers on many other metals, it adheres strongly to the parent metal. If damaged, this oxide layer repairs itself immediately. I must point out that my hull, and any other hull, is not made of pure aluminium, but an alloy. Those used in boat construction contain magnesium, such alloys having excellent durability in seawater. One of the great advantages of an unpainted aluminium hull, especially for those of us who do not buy a boat to sit in a marina but to be out there sailing, is that you can forget about gleaming topsides. As most owners will surely agree, they can be such a worry when confronted with rough docks, barnacle-covered pilings, or being boarded by uncaring officials who often come alongside banging into your hull. Please subscribe and leave a like. It does help. And we like you back for it, thank you. Why do we consider shallow draft to be so important? In all surveys dealing with the subject of ideal draft, there was a consensus that, whereas a fixed keel may be best suited for ocean passages, when cruising, having a shallow draft boat is not only ideal for exploring places that other boats cannot reach, but also safe, because it allows you to tuck into a protected spot if needing shelter in an emergency. Indeed, one of the main reasons for choosing a centerboarder is to increase the cruising options, and having a boat whose draft can be reduced instantly is a huge advantage. The fact that most aluminium centerboard boats have a flat bottom means that with the board fully up, the boat can dry out on any beach, tidal bay or estuary. When the tide runs out, the boat settles down comfortably, and, as the height of the stern platform is less than 3 feet above the dried out surface, access aboard is very easy, with the aid of the swimming ladder. We have tried out on many occasions, whether to put on a quick coat of anti-fouling between tides while cruising the canals, or to access a shallow bay in Alaska, or the River Dulce, so we could watch wildlife, and fishing for what the waters had to offer. You might have noticed in the pricing in red, electric propulsion a choice, or? The silence of an electric propulsion is a skipper's dream. Whether quietly maneuvering through a harbor or motor sailing on low wind days to create our own apparent wind, an electric solutions will enhance and extend our sailing enjoyment. Hybrid or electric systems as a power and propulsion option is a choice we are looking at. Either by removing the diesel engine, fuel tanks and exhaust system, cleaning up greasy, smelly engine compartments and freeing up both weight and space below deck. The Ocean Volt systems are engineered to operate at 48 volts for passenger safety and ease of repair. Systems are extremely low maintenance and do not require winterizing. The AXC series provides higher performance, greater durability and more comfort. The motors are designed for operating larger, heavier displacement boats. A modular system with power configurations 30 kilowatts, provides power to the equivalent of up to 80 horsepower. This is the choice we are going to install. We listened to the brief the engineer from Finland explaining the basic. In a later episode we will return to the topic electric propulsion.
It's a control module for the shore power charger, and it allows to tune the amperage taking from the shore power. Here we have the battery pack, or half of it. This boat has a total of 8 batteries, 4 on each side of the boat. And then we have a main fuse in the positive pole of both battery banks. Here we have the system components in the motor compartment. The charger indicating the voltage and the current amperage level. The motor itself with the belt gear. This is a shaft drive model, 8 kilowatt motor. The motor controller. The BMS system that monitors the batteries and operates the system. The main contactor relay. The bus bars for the power cables. House battery bank, 12 volt system, and a DC-DC converter powering the house battery bank from the 48 volt power propulsion battery bank. And these cables are the CAN bus cables connecting the control lever, display, battery management system and the motor together. This boat has a lot of electronics, 12 volt system for VHF radio, radar, water system, stereos, all the navigation electronics. And then we also have a coffee maker. This is 220 volt AC, television 220 volt AC, and all of these systems are getting the power from their propulsion battery bank using inverter and DC-DC converter.
Looking back at the yard footage, the OVNI surely looks like the right blue water cruiser to us. It all comes to the budget available for the next voyage, which will take us years and brings us to many places, parts Uncharted. The base price of the 445 is more than €490,000. That is just the beginning of the budget plan, a whole list of other items are required. Being an aluminium hull constructed hull, the life cycle is extensive, the various decennia. The used market of OVNI is also an option to study and look at, with price ranges for this size of cruiser ranges from €150,000 to well-equipped and younger boats. Close to €400,000. It is clear that further research is to be done, and we are going to have Eddy scout the market. We leave you with some footage of the OVNI 445 from earlier episodes. One yacht has caught our particular interest. We show you the interior footage. It is probably our first destination. If we would like to purchase a new 445, a production slot is not earlier available in late this year. story from and by Marinus and his crew traveling to places uncommonly not visited by the cruising communities. Follow us and subscribe. We are traveling in the search for is our destination, which will take us to places uncharted. Do we really want to travel in hermetically sealed mobiles through the rural provinces in search of utopia of France, Atlantic, Mexico, Southern Ocean and the Far East Pacific? And to endure cold of the Arctics or eating only in hard rock cafes and McDonald's? Or do we want to eat without fear, tearing into the local stew, the humble taqueria's mystery meat, the sincerely offered gift of a lightly grilled fish head? I know what I want. I want it all. I want to try everything once. Travel isn't always pretty. It isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it hurts, it even breaks your heart. But that's okay. The journey changes you. It should change you.